Alright, what's going on, guys, and welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about one of the many monster taming Kickstarter projects that unfortunately hasn't really gone the way we've anticipated, and this one in particular is really disappointing to me because it had some solid designs and wasn't just some sketchy crypto project, and the developer seemed really sincere. Today we're going to be talking about a dev that essentially allowed their community to think that they might have done something to themselves that would terminate their existence, while also just playing Palworld and ignoring everybody's messages and concerns. I know this sounds ridiculous, but just bear with me. I am of course talking about Necromancer's Gift, a Slay the Spire inspired monster taming roguelite that garnered over $26,000 Canadian and has seemingly ghosted the community, and again has allowed people to assume that the developer might have done something to themselves or even unalived themselves. This has been an entire saga. My friend Barry Bandit also made a video going over this, which you should check out linked below for more context, but essentially the developer has been completely MIA over a year at this point and has made a post a while back basically stating that they would literally end themselves before allowing the product not to be finished, and even stated that they would give refunds to Kickstarter backers even if that put them in debt. It's statements like those that led a lot of people to think that something could have potentially happened to Leo, the developer, and fans of Necromancer's Gift in the Discord server and other areas of the internet all have just been asking for some type of indication that the developer is still alive, because a lot of people were genuinely worried about this person. This, however, has come to a head lately because of two major reasons, both of which lends credence to the idea that the developer might just be purposely ignoring the community because they may have lost motivation to make the game, or have run into a roadblock that has stopped them from continuing, or ran out of money, or whatever. Maybe they're embarrassed, who knows. The first piece of evidence that has led a lot of people to think that the developer is in fact alive and well is the fact that they've upgraded to the new Discord naming system, which they had previously not been a part of until very recently. Then when Palworld released, they were actually spotted entering the Palworld server, although they didn't say anything. Now, before people say maybe he was hacked, this is very odd behavior for a hacked account. There's no indication that this account has been sending anything to anyone, like phishing links and risque Discord servers with boobies. And if the Discord account was hacked, there's nothing stopping the developer from creating an alternate Discord account and trying to reach either myself, Barry Bandit, or even the mods of his own server, one of which is a mod in my server, and nobody's heard from this guy. The developer also had several other social media platforms, so even in a case where their account was lost, it still doesn't really track with why game development has not progressed and why the account entered the Palworld server only to do nothing there. It's almost as if the developer is someone who is deeply interested in monster taming games, entered the Palworld server for news updates, and just didn't think anyone would notice. The problem with a lot of Kickstarter games that end up ghosting their community is that Kickstarter doesn't really do anything about it. And unless the game gets an insane amount of money to where a class action lawsuit's actually financially feasible for any law firm, they oftentimes go under the radar. $26,000 is not a lot of money, and I really don't think that the developer was trying to scam people from the get-go. But regardless, if the developer is truly alive and well and is just playing Palworld, there really is no excuse for ghosting your community and leading them to believe that something might have happened to you. I've run through every possible scenario in my head. Maybe the developer lost motivation, maybe they got depressed, maybe they got sick, etc. However, if you have the capability to play Palworld or even just join the Palworld server, there's no reason you can't make a quick post letting everybody know you're okay. Again, if it's just because the developer is ashamed of themselves, then they're being a coward by not owning up to it. And if the developer has used up all the money from the game already, which I have a sneaking suspicion they did, otherwise why would they make a statement about refunds putting them into debt? Then I think they owe people an explanation as to where the money went, because the alpha has not been updated since way back when the Kickstarter happened. I messaged them on Twitter and Discord to get more information on their side of the story. They've not replied to me, and honestly I don't think they ever will. What I do want to say as well is I don't think this whole refund thing was even something he was going to do to begin with. It sounded more like, hey guys, I'll give you a refund, but it'll make me bankrupt and ruin my life, so please don't, but I will. But in reality, he wasn't going to do that to begin with. It was just sort of virtue signaling. Furthermore, there are people doing a lot of research behind the scenes about this guy. They've looked into the obituaries of the town he lives in. I'm not going to ask how all that information was found, nor am I going to share it, but nothing's popped up. At the end of the day, I don't really care about getting a refund. I think I backed like $100 or something, and that is the risk you take when backing a Kickstarter project. However, that's not a defense of this type of action. People should deliver what they promise, or at least explain what happened. A lot of long-term fans of the channel will know that I don't cover Kickstarter games the same way I used to. And this is exactly why. People ask me to promote their Kickstarter campaign or ask for my support, and then when I give it to them, they end up screwing over the community. So this is why I'm very apprehensive when it comes to Kickstarter games. I always tell you guys, make an informed decision, read the whole thing yourself, and take everything with a grain of salt, because you can't really trust people, unfortunately. There was honestly a time when I considered Leo like a friend, and it just seems like if this is an intentional ghosting that he's doing, it's not only a massive betrayal to me, but the entire genre, other developers that are trying to bring forth Kickstarter projects that are actually passionate, and just everyone in his Discord that backed him. I think it's about time as a community that we start to hold some of these Kickstarter developers accountable and not only disavow, but expose this type of behavior and call it what it is. If any developers are watching that have ghosted their communities or have maliciously not delivered on their promises, I'm going to be coming for you too as well. Compared to some of the other games, honestly guys, Necromancer's Gift is a small fry. You should see some of these crypto projects, how they scam their communities, and we will be talking about them, don't you worry. Anyways, all that being said, I honestly don't like covering topics like this. The whole point of my channel is to promote monster taming games. However, I couldn't call myself a monster taming channel if I didn't also cover the bad as well as the good. We can sit here all day and pretend everything's sunshine and rainbows, but when developers like this are essentially holding other developers back and stealing money from the community, that's when I have an issue with it. There's been a lot of Kickstarter projects that have not gotten funded, and a common sentiment is that people don't trust these games anymore. I think moving forward, it's going to be a lot harder to see games get similar success on Kickstarter to something like Temtem or Kindred Fates or Sky Climbers or any of those 6-digit titles, and that's honestly sad because it means that there's going to be a lot less potential indie monster taming projects. But yeah, make sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all this stuff, guys. I will be tackling more of these. Let me know down below if there's any monster taming Kickstarters you'd like me to do some more investigations on. And honestly, like Leo, if you're watching this video, like get your damn head out of your ass. Like make a statement. Come on. All that said, guys, as usual, make sure to subscribe for daily monster taming videos. You can also check out my other socials as well. And I just wanted to say special thanks to my backers, especially Jim Hamilton, Dro Ghost, Candy Marunzi, Tragsoft, and Nemo. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.